Hi, I'm Graham and welcome to Man vs Film. It's another Netflix original movie. This one is Death Note. It's adapted from an anime series I know nothing about, but the trailers for Death Note had me really interested in this movie. It is directed by Adam Wingard, the man that brought us You're Next, one of the best horror slashers of recent memory, and The Guest, one of my favourite movies from the past 10 years, honestly. If you haven't seen The Guest, you have got to check it out. This movie is about Light Turner, a sort of underappreciated guy at school who is doing everybody's testing that for them for some extra cash. He kind of flies under the radar. One day, this book falls from the heaven and lands right next to him. It says on it, Death Note. He opens it up and it is all these rules and instructions. But basically, if he writes somebody's name in this book, they will die. And this demon appears to him, Ryuk, who explains the rules of the book and kind of goads him on and tells him to clear some of the rubbish from the streets almost. It's his duty to take the bad people out of the world, and kind of just wants to manipulate this boy into adding more and more names into the book. Light shares this discovery with Mia, a girl at school that he has a crush on, and together they form a relationship and decide to start being vigilantes and to take out the bad people of the world. It's an interesting sort of movie, interesting story, one that I hadn't seen done before, and I thought it was quite fascinating. The movie just starts. It doesn't preamble by creating characters like that. Within the first minute or so, the book is in his hands, and from there on, it just hits the ground running. It develops the characters as it moves through the story, rather than setting them up and getting into the story itself. I'm sure that's a shorthand for people that have watched the anime, but for myself, someone who hadn't, it was nice not to have that preamble of getting to know people, just throw it straight into the action and get the story started. Adam Wingard does some amazing direction here. There's lots of nice angles. It is very moody. There's nice choices of angles as well. Some of the camera movements as it floats through the halls has a kind of ethereal presence about it that's really nice and kind of creepy. The lighting, the mood, the set design all works particularly well in creating this moody, dark, atmospheric movie. Ryuk itself is voiced by Willem Dafoe, and very nicely at the beginning of the movie it is kept almost in shadows. We have the lights of his eyes, we have his weird body shape, and it doesn't really focus too much on him, because it would be kind of jarring at the first of the movie just to see this creature, and by the time we do finally get to see him, he has become a character. It's not just a weird CGI looking thing. It is somebody that we've spent a little bit of time with, and it's not as jarring to see him later on in the movie. The relationship between Mia and Light is a little bit forced. It feels a little too spontaneous, because these two basically come together over the ability to kill people, and that's pretty much what drives their relationship, which isn't probably the healthiest option for them. It's almost a commentary as well that absolute power corrupts absolutely. These people have no equal. They can take out anybody. All they need is a name, visage of how they look, and they can kill anybody. Which brings into another aspect of the story, and something that I wasn't expecting was that this Detective L, this person who has almost like Sherlock Holmes detective skills, trying to track down who is killing all of these people around the world. And this was an aspect that I was really drawn to, and I really quite liked this character, this L character, this super detective who has a sort of handler that looks after him, makes sure that he sleeps, makes sure that he eats, makes sure that he is functioning at his highest capacity. And I really like that. And of course, this movie's got Shea Wiggum as Light's father, another fantastic addition. I love the guy. You'll probably recognise his face. He's been in lots of things. Most recently, I remember him from Kong Skull Island, which he was terrific in. I think he's a great actor and a great addition to the movie. However, it does bog down a little bit as the Mia and Light start to just randomly kill people, and I felt the story getting a little bit tedious before L is introduced and it starts to ramp up again. Some of the aspects of the deaths are really quite gory, and they just go for it. This isn't cutting away and you don't get to see anything. You see people being decapitated, people jumping off buildings and splatting into the ground. It is gory, it is graphic, and I like that. Overall, I really like Death Note. I wasn't sure what to expect But it's my kind of movie, and being an Adam Wingard fan, I was pleased to see that he made another hit in my eyes. It is very atmospheric, it looks particularly cool. I think the performances are pretty good, especially Willem Dafoe as Ryuk. I think the storyline is really rather neat. The movie ends on a nice note, so you're not really too sure what is going to continue from there, so it leaves it open that we may get sequels, which I would be fully for at this moment. It's something I would want to see. I really like Death Note. I gave it 4 out of 5. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I will be checking this one out again. I think it's pretty fun, interesting story, some really cool visuals, and it is well worth your time. So on Netflix, why would you not watch it? Give it a shot. You may love it. Have you seen Death Note? Did you like it? Let me know in the comment box below what you thought of the movie, and if you've seen the anime series, let me know, should I watch it? Because I'm really quite curious about checking that out now. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time on Man vs Film.